Would you believe that this tank has no CO2, no fancy filter, and barely any maintenance? Today, I'll show you how I built this simple, beautiful, low-tech aquarium and how you can too. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite builds that I've ever done. This is my super low effort planted tank that I've been running for over 10 months now, and you can see the results speak for themselves. This project did not start off how I thought it would. It was a lot more desolate, shall we say, but with enough time, it's now been going solid for 10 months, and all I've done for maintenance is scratch down the front of the glass and trim the plants. It's been very, very easy, and the fish and shrimp seem to be loving this tank. If you're new to fish keeping and you want something easy to look after, this setup is perfect. So we're going to run through the entire build in this video. The tank is a basic 90 by 30 by 45 centimeter glass aquarium. No sumps, no canisters, none of that. For filtration, I'm running 2 sponge filters, each fitted with an air stone to turn the bubbling into a gentle fizz. Way easier on the ears. They're hooked up to the central air system in my fish room. Lighting is just 2 LED floodlights, around $30 each. I usually go for 10 to 30 watts. They don't produce much red or blue light, which plants do love, but they're super affordable and they get the job done. I keep the room between 23 and 28 degrees Celsius all year, so I don't need a heater. But if you're somewhere cooler, just add a small one, nothing fancy. For substrate, I used leftover potting mix from the yard. We filtered through it with a sieve and got this. So we don't want any of those like big sticks or anything in there. We'll just get this dirt in here. And this is gonna provide all those plants with the nutrients. We'll spread this out and get like a layer of mud. There's already some water in here from before. I just moistened it and capped it with Coffs Harbour gravel. These are perfect little fertilizers for your roots. These are super cheap. They do the exact same job. I use them in most of my planted tanks. I love them. Now, gravel. Okay, hardscape time, eh? I reckon we should have it like come out of this corner. Just have like smaller rocks. So you get rocks in that corner. It clouded the water at first, but it settled quickly, and it's packed with nutrients. You really don't need fancy aqua soil. Even plain gravel or sand works if you choose the right plants. Here's what I used: Ambulia, Bacopa, Wisteria, Rotala Green, Micro Chainsword, Amazon Sword, Crypt Wentii, Anubias, Red Lotus, and some miscellaneous mosses I found in a creek. And I also used some frogbit as a floating plant, and I had to remove this very often. I tried Blitzer japonica, but it didn't survive. It got outcompeted by the taller plants. Buying plants is always a bit of a gamble. I recommend grabbing a bunch of easy types and seeing what takes off. If you're just starting out, I'd go with Java Fern, Anubias, Cryptocorns, Vallisneria, and definitely some floating plants like frogbit. I've also got pothos growing out of the tank. Just dunk the roots in and the plant takes off. It's a great natural filter. All of these do well without CO2 and don't need constant attention. I let the tank settle for a week before slowly adding fish. I can't remember the exact order, but here's what's in there now. Cully loaches, spotted blue eyes, one of my homebred bedders, red cherry shrimp for cleanup, a single riffle shrimp that I collected from the wild, which I never ever see, longfin bristlenose to help with algae, and mystery snails for helping clean up the rest. The bristlenose mainly tackles surface algae, but I still manually clean the glass to get rid of brown spots. Maintenance is super chill. I do a 20 to 30% water change once a week with my auto top-up system. No chemical cocktails, no constant testing, just feed the fish, top up the water, and enjoy the tank. I occasionally added root tabs and water column ferts. Not essential, but they helped, especially the root tabs. I probably added them every 2 months and dosed liquid ferts about once a month. After nearly a year, you can see that the plants have taken off and are thriving. The fish are breeding and the tank's basically taking care of itself. The shrimp population is surprisingly stable. I'm sure that my betta does eat the shrimp babies from time to time, but they constantly seem to be all over the tank and the population is stable. The blue eyes do breed, but seldom do I see any babies in the tank. They all get eaten up, and now with the betta in there, there's really no chance of any of the babies surviving. I can, however, throw a mop in there and pull out eggs when I feel like it. The bristlenose trio that I added earlier on spawn constantly. I get a new batch of eggs at least every month, but I always remove them before they hatch because otherwise they explode and go all over the tank. The coolie loaches, I barely see them. I added them in because I wanted to grow them out for breeding, but I only see them at night and it's kind of a shame. They are a cool fish. Hopefully I'll be able to take them out and figure out how to breed them, but yeah, very rare that I see them. They're very nocturnal. The mystery snails are kind of a pain. They do lay eggs weekly, or probably even more often than weekly. There's snail eggs in here pretty much every single day. Sometimes I miss a clutch of eggs and they hatch, and then you can see this happens. They get all over the tank, but they are pretty easy to pull out. And the only annoying thing is sometimes they do clog up the cave. One will get so big that it just jams itself in the cave and dies. So that does happen sometimes. It just goes to show you don't need fancy gear or a big budget to build something amazing. Let nature do the work, you just give it a little help. If this tank taught me one thing, it's that simple always wins. Fewer gadgets equals fewer problems. Just good plants, good healthy fish, and a lot of consistency. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. This was a really fun build, and I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer before I tear it down, but let me know if you like this video. Leave a like for the algorithm, it helps me out hugely. Comment below if you want a video like this again, but see ya.